Welcome to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here. If you're an educator, you know that time is basically your most precious and usually most limited resource. Well, today we're exploring a really powerful guide specifically designed to empower you, streamline your workflow, and significantly reduce that endless administrative workload. We're diving into the official training for the DepEd Computerization program adoption, focusing squarely on Microsoft productivity tools, so get ready to reclaim your time. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover empowering educators with tech, meeting professional teaching standards, templates for stress-free work, organizing data and privacy, collaboration and track changes, and finally, converting and sharing resources. Let's get moving.
Section 1. Empowering educators with tech. The mission.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty of buttons and menus, we kind of need to look at the big picture. This whole initiative actually comes from a strategic partnership between the Department of Education, DepEd Bagong Pilipinas, and Microsoft. And the whole point here? It's fundamentally designed to foster a culture of continuous improvement in our schools by giving you official, standardized tools to really elevate your teaching.
And that brings us to this foundational quote from the official guidelines. It states that educators must display knowledge and understanding of relevant technology-based innovations, including ICT, and the effective delivery of roles and functions. This directly aligns with your professional framework, specifically PPSS Domain 3.2.1. Basically, it's saying that integrating tech isn't just some extra thing on your to-do list. It's a core, required part of being an effective educator today.
All right, Section 2. Meeting professional teaching standards. Aligning with PPST.
Now, you might be wondering, how does learning Microsoft Word actually help me meet my mandatory professional standards? We'll take a look at Domain 2.4.3. It requires you to work with colleagues to share successful strategies that sustain supportive learning environments that nurture and inspire learners. I really want to emphasize those last three words, nurture and inspire. This tech is specifically built to break down silos and help you collaborate seamlessly, so you can share those winning strategies that ultimately inspire your students.
Then we have Domain 4.5.2. This one tasks you to select, develop, organize, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT, to address learning goals. Think about it. Mastering a tool like Word is a direct, hands-on way to develop and organize these exact resources. When you know how to use the software efficiently, you're not wrestling with formatting for hours, you're actually spending that time addressing those crucial learning goals.
Moving on to Section 3. Templates for stress-free work. Working smarter.
Look, we all know the reality of teaching means dealing with a ton of repetitive admin tasks, right? Every week, every quarter, it's the exact same routine. Lesson plans, attendance sheets, meeting agendas. It gets exhausting, but here's the thing. Templates completely change the game. They simplify document creation, ease our workload, make us feel way less stressed, and boost efficiency. So, the crucial point is, by using a simple template file, which in Word is called a .x file, you can format a document perfectly just one time, save it, and then literally just fill in the blanks moving forward. That single strategy can save you hours of administrative work every single quarter. Imagine what you could do with that time back.
And honestly, it's incredibly easy to set up. When you go to open a new document, instead of starting from a blank page, you just click right on the Personal tab. That's exactly where all your custom, pre-made lesson plans and agendas will live. One click and boom, your perfectly formatted document is ready to go. No more messing with margins or fonts every Monday morning.
All right, Section 4. Organizing data and privacy. Data mastery.
As teachers, we're not just managing documents, we're handling a massive amount of data. Grades, attendance, student info, the whole shebang. Handling all this efficiently and securely is an absolute must. Have you ever copied and pasted student data and it just ends up looking like a messy, unreadable wall of text? Well, here are the actionable steps to fix that instantly. Step 1, go to the Insert tab. Step 2, click Table. Step 3, choose Convert Text to Table. Guys, it's basically magic. Word automatically reads your messy text and neatly organizes it into a structured table. It is a total game changer for organizing class data quickly.
But once you've got your data in a table, don't just stop there. You can actually tailor these tables to your specific needs. By simply tweaking borders, merging cells for headers, and formatting the text, you totally enhance the clarity and visual appeal of your data. This really empowers you to craft highly polished professional documents for your students, parents, or admins. Now let's pivot to something we absolutely cannot overlook: document security. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference between a standard document and a secure one. See, every time you create a file, Word is quietly saving hidden data in the background. Things like who created it, how long it was edited, even hidden comments. This is called metadata. The training emphasizes just how incredibly vital it is to eliminate this unnecessary metadata before you share files externally. It's an absolutely critical step to ensure student privacy and maintain professional security.
Which brings us to Section 5, Collaboration and Track Changes, Working Together.
This ties right back into that PPST domain 2 we talked about earlier, collaborating with peers to sustain supportive environments. We don't teach in a bubble, right? When you're co-teaching or maybe editing a joint report with your department, it can get so confusing if everyone's just typing over each other. The solution here is to track document revisions seamlessly and provide constructive feedback. Keeping a clear, running record of everyone's input is absolutely essential if you want to create a cohesive, professional document without losing anyone's brilliant ideas.
So here's the really simple, powerful workflow for doing exactly that in Word. First, you enable track changes. This makes everyone's edits pop up in different colors. Second, you review the changes made by your co-teachers. Third, you can officially accept the changes you agree with to lock them in. Or fourth, you can reject changes that just don't quite fit. It literally turns what could be a chaotic editing process into a smooth, organized conversation. And our final section, Section 6, Converting and Sharing Resources Beyond the Document.
Okay, so you've spent all this time creating these fantastic, perfectly tailored, secure lesson plans. But how do we adapt those resources for different contexts? Well, Microsoft Word isn't a dead end for your content. You can actually convert your document into different file formats to use across all kinds of learning materials. You can drop visually engaging graphic elements right into Word and then push that document out into the world in whatever format your classroom needs. For example, did you know you can take an outline you built in Word and convert it directly into a PowerPoint presentation? No way, right? But it's true. You can also save your files as PDFs, which guarantees the formatting never, ever changes when you email it over to parents. Mastering these file conversions gives you maximum flexibility, letting you do the heavy lifting once and then use that content everywhere.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with a question. Which of the tools we just covered are you already using, and when do you use them? Are there other MS Word tricks you rely on that we didn't mention? We've seen how mastering these official tools lets you hit professional standards, secure your data, and completely streamline your workflow. But the real goal here isn't just to be a software whiz, it's to reclaim your time. Think about it. If these tools can give you back just 2 hours a week, what are you going to do with that time? Will you spend it catching up on some much-needed rest, or will you use it to find totally new ways to inspire your students? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on The Explainer. Keep nurturing, keep inspiring, and I'll see you next time.